Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching. So in today's video I thought I would have a little play around with the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, which is, palettes, which is the Vault collection. I used a mixture of Armed and Gorgeous, Bling Boss and Ring the Alarm, just because I wanted to try out all three and have a kind of play around with all of the colours basically, just to see how they perform. So it's not necessarily a review, I just wanted to see what I could come up with. So yeah, you will see me kind of like umming and ahhing about this look because I didn't know what I was doing as usual, but hopefully this will give you a bit of inspiration on what to do with your palettes. Let me know what palette you want me to use next, because I'll definitely be using more of these, and if you want me to use just one individual palette on its own. So hopefully you like the look. If you do like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you are new, and don't forget to leave me a comment and let me know what you thought and also what you want to see next. So yeah, that is everything. If you do want to see how I got this look right here, then just keep on watching. Okay, so the first palette that I'm going to go in with is the what's it called? Armed and Gorgeous. Okay, so the first palette that I'm going to go in with is the Armed and Gorgeous palette, and I am going to dip into the shade Access, why does that sound weird? Which is this shade right here, which is a really nice yellow orange shade. As I always say, I'm not great at describing colours, but yeah. I'm going to go in with my Morphe M433 brush. And I know I want this look to be very blown out. So I'm going to start to work that in the natural crease of my eye. And slightly above as well. Because I know I want this to be really blown out, as I said, so we can take that a little bit higher than the crease. So that way later on it's going to help our darker colours blend a lot easier. And as you all know, there has been a lot of negative, or just, you know, a lot of backlash with this particular collection. I've only used one of the palettes so far, which was the Dark Magic, I think that's called. So I'm going to be using like literally all of them, mostly all of them today, because this video isn't really going to be like a review. Obviously I will tell you my thoughts throughout the process, but yeah, my channel isn't somewhere where you will find like loads of first impressions and loads of reviews. Mine is more so about how to create the makeup looks, inspiration for makeup, and yeah, just to have a play around really. So if you're here for the tea. The next eyeshadow I went in with is the shade Secure, still using the Armed and Gorgeous palette. So I'm using that kind of more so focusing it in the crease and not going as high as the first colour. And I'm using that on the same brush. So I do like to build up my eyeshadows quite a lot before I go in with the dark colour. I personally just feel like it blends a lot easier when you kind of build up the colours. So I am now using the Ring the Alarm palette, and I'm going to dip into the shade Alert, which is, oh my god, it's stunning. So it's a darker kind of burnt orange, and I am using that now with a Morphe M514 brush. So this one is slightly smaller, it's still nice and fluffy, but it does fit in the crease a little bit more kind of neat. Does that make sense? It just fits in the crease that little bit better. So I'm going to tap it off. When I do dip into the palette, they are quite powdery, but you'll find that with eyeshadows that are really powdery or really pigmented, they will have a lot of kickback. As long as you are really delicate when placing your brush onto your eye, you won't get too much kickback. It's just how you use it really. if you're going to pick up shitloads and put it straight on your eye, obviously you're going to get loads of fall down. If you're really, really delicate with the way you do your makeup, then obviously you won't get as much fall down. I've done a little bit of my foundation because I wasn't 100% sure on whether they were going to fall down. I didn't want to set my base just in case. So as you can see, I am just focusing that right into the crease of the eye. And just following the natural shape. So I am not going to make it this like really winged out. I want it to be really blown out. So when you want a blown out round eye, you just want to keep it right in that eye shape. So don't start to bring it out towards your hairline. You want to keep it just to the end of your eye and wiggle it right the way back into the inner part and right the way back into the outer part. So that way you keep it nice and neat all in that crease area. I feel like I repeat myself so many times, but that's just what I do. We turning it up. Alexa, stop. Okay, so I'm sorry I'm going like back and forth into the palettes, but I just wanted to try as many as possible, and I feel like if you put them together, this could totally be like a big palette in itself, because I feel like they all go together and you could totally like mix and match. That's it, obviously, if you have the whole Vault collection. Obviously if you don't, then you can always opt for different colours with the same technique, so just bear that in mind. But I did want to just play around with all of the shades today, except for the green one, because I do already have a separate tutorial coming soon. Don't know if I upload it because I look fucking shit in green. So the next eyeshadow I'm gonna go into the Bling Boss palette, which is more of the purple colour story. And I'm going to dip into the shade called Sparks. So I know I want this to be like a really reddy, purpley, orangey, blown out smoky eye. So I thought I would go into more of like a purple brown. Well, yeah, it's like a burgundy shade. Again, don't know why I'm trying to explain it. Yeah. So I'm using that on the same brush as before, which was the Morphe M514 brush. And I'm just going to slowly start to work this in my crease. So I'm doing that in the exact same motion as before, just right in the crease. So I kind of like wiggle it back and forth, and then once I've got my colour there, I can then slightly run it over the edges. Okay, so I'm going to dip back into Ring the Alarm palette, and I am going to use this as my lid shade, which is called Bomb Ass. I always say arse, but I feel like when you say bomb arse, it sounds weird, so I'm guessing it's bomb ass. Bomb ass. Bomb ass. It just sounds weird when you've got like a really English accent. Bomb ass. Yeah, anyways, I'm going to use that on my lid. I didn't want to go crazy with like a cut crease just because I wanted it to be easily recreated. So the brush that I'm going to use is my MAC 242 brush. I may try it with my finger after. Oh my god, it is so creamy. I'm just going to make sure I tap off a lot of the excess, just because I don't want it to drop onto my foundation. Okay, so I'm just going to press that up to the crease and then use the same small brush as before and just go over the edges so there's no harsh lines. So I just want to lighten up the centre of the lid, and I'm going to layer over the top the shade Lolly, which is the colour right above the Bomb Ass shade. And I'm just using that over the top. Just to layer the two, because I felt like the red was a bit too dark on its own. So I just want to lighten it just to create more of a contrast between the colours in the crease. So I now want to deepen up the crease with more of a purple colour now. So I'm going to go into the shade Framed, which is from the Ring the Alarm palette. And this is more of a kind of warmer purple. So I'm going to use that on a Morphe M506 brush. So this is really tiny because I don't want to take it up too high first of all. And I'm going to blend that into the crease. Because I feel like red and purple obviously work really well together. Obviously they're the opposite colours, they complement each other. And I feel like the crease looks a bit too brown at the moment, so I just want to add more of a purple colour. Sorry, I didn't realise my camera wasn't recording. Okay, so over the top of the colour Framed, I can't remember if I got that in camera. Basically, I went in with the colour Framed into the crease. I think you saw that bit. But to add more of a kind of vibrant purple over the top of that using the same brush, I am going in with the colour Gem. Just to add more of a hint of purple. Obviously it looks really weird at the moment because at this stage when it's like a really blown out smoky eye, you're always like, oh, look, this looks fucking shit. But yeah, just gotta keep on going. Okay, so just to blend out the harsh lines, I'm going to go back in with the colour Access, which is the yellow shade from before. And I'm going to just run that over the edges. I'm then going to blend a little bit of the same purple onto the outer corner. Just so it's not like a complete like it. I'm just using that on a Zoeva 234 Smoky shader brush just to press it into the outer corner. Ignore the fallout, let's sort that out later. I can't decide whether to do a spotlight eye or not. I'm just going to do it. So I've just decided I'm going to do a spotlight eye. So I'm going to take that same shader brush, and for a spotlight eye you want to press it onto the inner and outer corner. Yeah, I like that. So I'm just going to press it, and because you've got that red shade from before, it's going to help blend so much easier. And that is why I didn't finish my foundation, because it's falling down. I find that with the satin colours from Morphe, they are really creamy, but then if you put too much on your brush, then they will just fall down. It's fine. So I just wanted to see how the purple, the darkest purple shade performed. So this is the colour Mystique, and I'm just popping that in the crease. And I'm also repeating that step on the inner and outer part as well, just deepening up just a little bit more. So I'm going to go into the shade Secure, and I'm just going to run that back over the edges once more to ensure they're nice and blended. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and wipe off the under eye and redo my concealer. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little bit different. This is a liquid lipstick, so it's not meant for the eyes, but I'm going to do it anyway. But I'm not telling you to put it on your eyes. If you've got really sensitive eyes, then you may want to skip this step. I'm going to go in with the liquid lipstick in the colour Slipper Orchid by MAC. And I'm going to press that into my waterline and then blend it down. So I'm just going to take it on a MAC 212 brush. And I also blended it slightly underneath the lower lash line as well. And then before it sets, just run over the edges. I watched Jeffree Star's new video today, and the makeup artist Mitchell, who is from Manchester, done his makeup, and he used a liquid lipstick underneath the eye, so that is where I got the inspiration from. Okay, so with the same brush I just wiped it off, I'm going to go back into that gem shade and I'm going to blend that underneath the eye. So not right inside the eye, we're going to leave that with a lighter purple. And I'm going to buff that right underneath the lash line. Then underneath that purple shade, I'm going to blend a little bit of the Bomb Ass colour right underneath. Okay, I'm just scared about getting some fallout, so I am going to put a tiny bit of powder just on the sides of my nose. And then right underneath that, I am going to blend a mixture of the shade Access and the shade Secure to blend that into the skin tone. So that way you've got the warmth going all the way around the eye and connecting it to the top. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat that step once more in terms of the purple shade, and then I'm going to deepen it up with the shade and the same shade as before, using the shade, why can't I talk? Using the shade Mystique. Mystique? Yeah, Mystique, just to deepen it up a little bit more. Like I said, I just repeated that step, and I'm now going to deepen it up with the shade Mystique. Just so it's kind of mirroring. Why can't I say that word? Mirroring. Just so it's the same as the top, basically. And we're going to connect that as well to the top, so it's going all the way around, and then we'll blend those edges later on. So for highlight, I'm going to go in with my normal highlight, which is Nylon by MAC. And I'm going to mix a little bit of Champagne Pop with it as well, as always. Isn't it weird how I literally did not have this look in mind before I started filming? Then I'm also going to take that into the inner corner of the eye as well. As it's obviously quite dark, when you've got a spotlight smoky eye, I always feel like it makes your eyes look really small. So by adding this, just helps to brighten up the whole look. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and apply some lashes and finish my skin as well. I'm just going to add a little bit of bronzer. The lashes I'm using is by Eyelure, and they are the Most Wanted. I don't know what style they are. I think they just, I don't know. They don't say, but they're these ones. So I'm going to go apply those and my bronzer, then I'll be back to do the lip. I just applied a gloss over the top, which is the Cream Sheen Gloss by MAC, which is in Just Superb. So that is pretty much the look finished. I really hope you liked the look. Sorry if it was a long one, as always. Yeah. Just to finish it off, I'm going to go in with, what is this called? The Iconic London Prep Set and Glow. And I'm going to spray that all over. Okay, so that is the look finished, guys. I really hope you liked it. Sorry if it was a long one. I'm sorry that I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, hopefully you got an idea of how all of the eyeshadows worked. Obviously I did mix all three, but you do not have to use all of these eyeshadows. It's completely up to you. I just wanted to try all of them out. But yeah, my final thoughts are they all seem to perform perfectly fine. I didn't have any trouble with any of the eyeshadows, nothing out of the ordinary. So yeah. I hope you liked the look. Let me know if you did by giving this video a thumbs up, and also commenting down below letting me know what you thought. So yeah, let me know if you want to see any more videos using these palettes actually on their own, and which ones you want me to use as well. So that is everything from me. I hope you liked the video, And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you are new here, and that is everything. So you'll see me in my next one. Bye!